Alright, here we are for another brand new league with Punt Amulet. Shipping that hand for sure. Now this one, we're probably going to ship as well. Now this one's probably better. We're only like 2 lands away from doing something good, and I think we're shipping the Summoner's Pact. Monke? Probably can't be turn 1 Monke. We're gonna give it the good old college try. Bad Swiss cheese tastes like nothing. Like good Swiss cheese, where it's got that bite. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. There are definitely good and bad Swiss cheeses. But I don't know, man. I just love cheese, and I'll basically just also enjoy bad Swiss cheese. Untap land off the top 1 time. So Vesuva's gone. We have to make sure that we remember that. It's not that is not an untap land. What's up, Kusen? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Swiss with certain meats. Okay. I'm assuming they're gonna take my Dryad with these Thoughtseize as well. Good cheesy's life. I think my favorite kind of cheese is Roquefort. I don't even know how you're supposed to pronounce that in English, but it's like this special, I don't know, it's like a special kind of blue cheese, which is just glorious. A good thing. I guess Gracer could have low-key been good here. Probably not. Still rather explore it instead of Bracer, I think. French Gorgonzola. Yeah, it's just like, you know, some sort of blue cheese. Oh, come on, dude. I'm playing 32 fucking lands. I was reading today an article by Reed Duke that is saying, you know, you should play more lands. I'm like, yes, I know, I am. I am playing more lands. Still not enough. God damn it. What is my opponent doing also? Just play the Lurrus, play the Bobble, you can still cast your 1-drop bullshit spell. Like, what are they doing? Come on, opponent, be better. Roquefort, yeah, it's amazing. Like, Roquefort is just fantastic. All those moldy cheeses are good sometimes foods, but you hate yourself if you eat them daily. I don't think so. Like, why didn't they do this? Why wouldn't they do this main phase? I don't understand. Like, you fetch shock and you do that main phase, you get another trigger, potentially you're hitting for more damage. Yep, they would have hit even. Can we find a land drop? I'm off it. I'm off it! Fuck this game. Alright. I assume that we have a reasonable matchup in this. I'm definitely going to be missing my Endurances. I think Endurance is the nuts in this kind of matchup. I'm definitely going to be missing my Endurances, but c'est la vie. Am I just cutting Explorers? I don't know how I feel about Karn against the Unholy Heat deck. What would I change about this list? I don't know yet. Let me see if Punt considered this deck. Red Black Lurrus, +1 Cavern, +1 -1 Cavern, +1 Bog. Okay, so he doesn't like these members, I guess. Which I understand, that kind of makes sense. You do have your Gracers. We'll ask again at the end of the stream. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I will have like a better... I mean, I'll keep this, but... I don't think that we can really ship this. That's what happened when you too much rook forward, you forget your endurances. I didn't forget, I just copied Punt's list and he isn't playing any. I have had nothing but incredible experiences with endurance, so I don't know why anybody would not want to play it. The card is just absurd. So if we find any untapped land at all, we can Titan next turn. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We can't Titan now, but that was a pretty good draw. Lines up pretty well against the Monkey. Punt seems like a guy who enjoys a good cheese platter. We can ask him. Do you like cheese, Punt? The little grazer that could. They got my Bojuki Ball, which honestly is kind of fucked up. So what am I getting here? I can just get a Saga? But Saga is bad against fucking... You like goat cheese? That's nice. I do fancy myself some goat cheese. Castle is an option. Maybe... The problem with getting Saga is if my opponent has Alpine Moon, we get super blown out. I think I'm hitting Castle because Castle is actually the best option against Alpine Moon. And I'm gonna get Tomod Script here. I don't want to get cheesed out of the game by my opponent going fetch land into Croxa, you know? Punt, then wine and cheese. That's awesome. Yeah, they're one card short. Dude. You gotta give me a break, man. Like, the hits that this monkey has seen today, like, are incredible. Just all bangers. Oh, that's right, I can't use the treasure. Oh, that's funny. Dothy Voidwalker. So I think I'm just gonna minus for Walking Ballista. Ping. 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 Clean slate. Finish 2 and 3. I'm out of Karns, by the way. Like, this is my last Karn, because the other one got exiled to the monkey, so... something to keep in mind. Pinya. I guess they can Inquisition here. Monkey. Yeah, Monkey's not so worrisome. I think we can haste here. Leave white floating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get Crumbling Vestige. So we can haste here. Let's do Vestige plus T-West. We're covered against Damping Sphere and bullshit, so let's just get this. I already have a bounce land in hand. Maybe I should have gotten a blue source. Maybe I should have gotten a blue source there. I think this is fine. On the draw, maybe this member is a little bit more interesting. Maybe. I don't know what I would cut for this member, however. So there's that problem. I mean, I don't think we shit this hand, but it's kind of an awkward one. Okay. Bounce land. Bounce land off the top. Do I review deck lists? Yes, I do, Rancid Mind. There is a channel point redemption option. Or you can like gift yourself or something like that, and I'll definitely check it out. Okay. That's the 1-2 punch. Whatever they have on top is good enough that they didn't want to attack. No, I mean I'm gonna play the Saga here. So they probably another Thoughtseize, yeah. So they're gonna take Primeval Titan here. At least these DRCs steal a 1/1. Because they only have sorceries. They need another disc. If they don't have another disc spell, discarding the Dryad there makes no sense at all. Now the question here, well, I guess it's not a question anymore because we find another land. But the question there was gonna be, am I supposed to make a construct, or am I supposed to just pass the turn? If they have Croxa, this is just terrible for us, but it kind of is what it is. Call against command would also be really, really bad for us. Once just bolted like Gracer with trigger on the stack. Am I missing something? No. I think your opponent's missing something. Yeah. So we're gonna have to Bojukabog here. Expedition map. I think the Croxa is going to race us very effectively, so. And now we're in a situation where Bounce Land is a good draw because we have a double blue and we have the Breeding Pool. Primeval Titan just wins the game. So I think we are kind of in an okay spot here. Terminate Asusa. If they find a land or something, they can. Okay. Saga. What do I think about black-green mid-range? It's fun. I've tried it. I played it a couple of times on stream. It's been a good time. Do you think the current list is more fun without Karn the actual meta? I don't know about meta, but like I personally like it better for what's worth. I think that it's more fun. Whether it's better or not, that's a different question, but maybe we can do some Saga stuff here. And we can have Ursa Saga go the distance. So this forces them to use an instant in any way that they don't, in a way that they don't want to, right? So that's why I'm blocking like that. Also, they're holding up mana. So they have Kolaghan's Command in hand. Maybe they deal 2 the Destroy Artifact, which would be very good for me. They don't. Oh, I fucked up. Whoops. I fucked up. I could have Titan there. I just honestly didn't even think about it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now I'm forced. Ugh. Yeah, I fucked. That was bad. That was really bad. I guess this, in a way, this actually plays better against Terminate. So there's that. All right. So now I feel super smart. Because going for the Titan line would have been a lot better against this Terminate because my opponent gets to cast a Primeval Titan. So this worked out. This worked out a lot better. Nothing like making a mistake and then getting incredibly rewarded for it. Carmelite is like Brian Cook's TS. It's good only when Punt plays it. Other folks have had success with Punt's list. It's a good list. But yeah, he does better than everybody else because he understands it better than everybody else, so it makes sense. So K Command is bad. They have 2 cards in hand. K Command is bad. The Terminate number 3 is also bad. The Croxa is probably game losing unless I find exactly prime time off the top. Kaya's Guile. Yeah, that one resolves. That one's fine. Well, so that we actually can beat. That one we actually can beat, mind you. Is this just lethal? I think this is just lethal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play this 6. Play Boros. Did my Vesuva get exiled or something like that? I don't think so. So unless... No, yeah, this is lethal. Sweet. Good blocks from opponent. Alright, sweet. Alright, so here we are for round number 2. Alright, this hand just wins on the spot, right? If I find a Primeval Titan. The only issue that I have with this hand is that it needs to be exactly packed or prime time. Which is a little bit annoying. I'm probably gonna keep it anyway, but this is closer than it looks, I think. And the Gracer represents more mana in my hand, so I think I'm just gonna go turn 1 Amulet go. Prime time. If we find prime time, it's obviously easy game. And good times were had by all. And good times were had by all. Good stuff. Good stuff. He says I'm not even gonna bother. Yeah, no. They believed me. So my opponent went turn 1 basic mountain into Monke. So I think I kind of want this guy to find its way in here. Maybe this is also worth it. And... oh, you know what it must be? The Eldrazi deck, the green Eldrazi deck, which plays Blood Moons and shit in the sideboard, so... I think I'm gonna go with this against the mono red Eldrazi. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 Karn. Okay. just gonna hope that we don't get Blood Moon, because we probably cannot beat a turn 2 Blood Moon. So we're not really gonna try to beat things that we can't beat. So I guess it's not the mono red, the mono green, mono red Eldrazi. Sorry, it's something else. Stomping Ground Eldrazi. Okay, so it's just John though. The fact that they're fetching like that makes me think that maybe it's not Eldrazi. Oh. Okay. So that's what's up. So that is what's up. So we're just gonna get Necromantia here. Fulminator. It's probably worse. That's not worse. Okay. So we're just gonna go for... What can we even do here? Like Dryad? Pact for Dryad next turn. Lose to another Fulminator. Yeah, obviously our sideboarding is just bad, right? We're dead to another Fulminator. Oh, see some Pyro is... I guess we're also dead to Pyromancer. Block, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'm gonna block the Monke. Am I really playing towards something? Yeah, I'm playing towards Amulet off the top. I'm playing towards Amulet off the top. Alright, we're just gonna be changing our sideboarding accordingly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go down to 1. But it's the same amount of damage, right? Except this denies my opponent one life. 1 ping. I mean, it's not like we can draw anything. Okay, so my assessment was bad. We're not playing against what I think we were playing against. So I'm gonna rather have this. And I guess Bojuki Bog is okay. Probably better than Cavern of Souls. I don't think I want Radiant Fountain though. And this seems fine. The sand is great. Keep it. So how are we doing this here? We can go... We have to go turn 1 Amulet, right? And then we can go turn 2 Karn. I don't know what my opponent can have that blows up Amulet on turn 1. Ignoble into Grist. That could potentially be a problem. think we're doing coding. Actually, let's do ballista. Let's do ballista. Because if my opponent goes turn 2 grist, kill your Karn, then the coding doesn't do anything. And the ballista is just gonna be great. Almost regardless. I'm so smart. I am so fucking smart. Expedition map. Play a ballista. And we're probably gonna have to ping the grist right now. We can find Toleria West now. Fulminator, Mayhem Devil. I think we just set up prime time, right? We just gotta set up prime time. Toleria West, play that. Fulminator would be pretty bad for us. If my opponent starts chaining Fulminators like they did in the previous game, that's gonna be pretty challenging to beat. My opponent's playing the John Sacrifice deck that Spike brewed. I think it's pretty good. I don't think they can lethal me from here. Collected Company. Yeah. Fulminator there is pretty good. Dryad. Azusa. Prime time. That's like the worst possible draw in the entire fucking deck. That's the actual worst possible draw. Actual worst possible draw in the deck. So weird that they would do that. They have another Fulminator? They don't. Well, it's not bad, but now we can't haste because just drew the worst possible card. Force of Vigor. Sure. I don't understand why they would have done that. They just fucked up. Yeah, they just fucked up. Could have gone Vesuva Garrison. Yeah, I know how. That's why I said that this was the worst possible draw when I said that this was the worst possible draw. Well, we just packed for Dryad, right? Now the question is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce this, and we can keep that party going. I think this time around I'm fine getting liquid metal coating. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if they have Grace, they can't do anything about it. They have a Monke in hand. Yeah, just getting coating is just fine here. One of their cards in hand is Monke, and now they have 2 cards in hand. So they can maybe Grist here? They could have company number 3 would be. Gonna play around Croxa. So they could have Force of Vigor, something like that. They could have Croxa. But even if they draw Croxa, they can't cast it. And if they don't play anything, then we can just minus Karn for Worm Coil and just haste the worm. So I think this is locked up. Sure. That's just CC game. They're at 2. This swings for 2. Sweet. See you next round. Playing again one of my favorite MTGO usernames, Mad Raymond. This hand is bad. This hand is somehow worse. So let's go to 5. Let's go to 5. We're gonna have some pretty good hands in 5. I'm usually not too upset to go to 5. 4 is when things start to get really hard. But we can win on 5. Probably not this 5, but I mean, I'll keep them. Bottom that and bottom that. I mean, if we find bounce land into Primeval Titan, we win. So that's cool. If you had no choice and had to play Amulet, conversion or not, and why? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, are you talking about like in MTGO, or are you talking about like my LGS? Because if it's an MTGO, I'd probably play the version that runs Swan Songs in the sideboard. There's an argument there for holding on to the Valakut, but if we miss the land drop, I think that we're gonna lose anyway, so... Okay. So I guess we're playing against control, which is... It's gonna make it really, really hard for us to win. I guess if we find exactly Cavern of Souls... Bounce land? Well, I mean, if we find the bounce land, we win now, because they tapped out for Teferi. And they don't even minus? Wow, and we can't punish them. LGS, yeah, but I don't know what's your metagame, that JPG. I can't really help you. If you think you're gonna get paired against a bunch of like, you know, hammer and stuff, I would probably recommend this list with Karn. Yeah, you got me. I don't think we can win this game anymore. I don't think we can win this game anymore. We've been drawing too badly. We've been drawing just too badly. Okay. I still think it's not going to be enough, but... So they have the Solitude in hand. I cannot cast the Primeval Titan. Not playing around Castle there. We also drew all of our basics, except one. So that probably means that they have another Solitude in hand. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm just dead on board here. I guess I was dead on board anyways. Unless I found like bounce land plus fucking... Yeah, I was dead on board regardless. Alright, Cavern of Souls. Everything else stays the same. Those lands in the side are really necessary. Could maybe in the main and free some slots. I mean, there's a reason why they're here, right? They're decks that you don't want to have. Like you can optimize your mana base against the different matchups. Yeah, I mean you can put, but then you're gonna have like 2 Radiant Fountains against blue-white control and 35 lands. Like I don't think you want that, right? There's a reason why they are in the sideboard. Why does everybody just hates lands, man? Everybody wants to just cut lands. Everybody wants to just like get rid of lands. Lands are great. Lands do stuff. Lands allow you... I mean, we literally lost because we couldn't find enough lands that game, right? Lands are definitely doing something right. Yes, I'm gonna keep this hand. And we can go... I think I want to go turn 1 Saga. Turn 1 Saga, Amulet. Turn 2 Amulet into Crumbling Vestige into... Dryad. Green. Play this. Cavern on Giant. And now we can crack this Ursa Saga for Expedition map, find the bounce land that we need, and then we turn 3 Amulet. We don't even need to draw the bounce land. Unless they Spreading Seas me here. If they Spreading Seas me here, yes, of course I'm gonna need the bounce land. But... Can we see the bounce land? Vesuva doesn't do it. Vesuva is 1 short. Bounce land. Easy. Force of Negation. Oh, they could have... I actually have to be careful here because they could have Solitude. So because of Solitude, I guess I am going to play around it. Surgical Extraction, my Summoner's Pact. Well, I mean, they got me if they got me here. Oh, they just surgical, so I could see, they could see how I sideboarded, and then they conceded. But now I know that I have to play around surgical. Like, I don't know if... I feel like I gained more information than they did. I guess that they know about Karn now, so maybe it's fine. Yeah. Veil of Summer is an unplayable card in Amulet Titan decks. Veil of Summer is probably the most overrated card, I think. I think Veil of Summer, it's fair to say that it's the most overrated card in the format. I'm gonna keep this. Veil of Summer is very, very... it's an extremely... What's the word I'm looking for here? Like, the difference between when it works and when it doesn't is just... it's just ridiculous, right? When people want to Veil Van in Legacy, I mean, people just are silly. Deserted beach. I guess. I mean, we probably have to jam here, which is kind of unfortunate. But I don't think I can let my opponent draw 2 here with Archmage's Charm. That was a good draw, though. A Cavern would have been fantastic at any point, but... Oh, I guess I should have played... Yeah, I actually fucked that up. I should have played Misty Rainforest. So I can set up the Cavern. Yeah, but you know, we didn't let them draw 2 on end step, so they had to tap out main phase. Definitely worked out in our advantage. I think I'm backed in for Dryad here. Trying to make sure that I don't lose to Solitude into Spreading Seas there. That's the reason for playing the Cruel Turf instead of the Saga. And they did have the Seas. And yes, I would have died to Cryptic Command. Like, these decks just don't play Cryptic Command anymore, right? It's kind of awkward that I'm not going to be able to transmute this turn because I have to pay for Pact. It's kind of awkward. It's pretty nice. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna be 1 short. Because I'm gonna be 1 short, I'm just gonna play out the Saga. Try to put a little bit more pressure. I'm gonna be 1 short, I mean, of transmuting and playing Cavern and then playing Titan on the same turn. That's what I mean by I am 1 off. So next turn we can transmute for Cavern of Souls. And then we can set up a prime time for the following turn. The Fairy. You got it. Gonna bounce my Dryad. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we're gonna resolve our Primeval Titan. Let's go get Valakut and a Cavern of Souls, naming Giant. And I think that we're protecting the Cavern here. Celestial Colonnade. Opponent could have Verdict, so I guess there's no reason for me to play into it. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. So we have no bounce lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have no bounce lands, so I guess we have to play the primetime first. We get Valakut plus Vesuva. And I guess we lethal them. Unless they have Solitude for the Dryad. Valakut Vesuva. Gonna copy here. Float some Manases. Bounce this. Copy Valakut. Solitude? They have to play the Solitude now. Yeah, they do have it. Okay, that's fine. We still have another primetime. Always yes, always yes, always yes, always yield. And now we can have 6. If they have a Surgical and they tag my last primetime, that's a problem. But I can't really do anything about it. Deserted beach, man. There's no way this is fine, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Few cards playing because I imagine that people haven't won it banned at one point or another. I think I'm going for it. Like, if they have Solitude, they have the Solitude anyway, right? So it's definitely worth it for me to go for it here. Yeah, definitely worth it for me to go for it. $16. Boom! Primeval Titan, baby! Oh, whoops. Well, all that I said, I was just trying to justify why I was gonna be mulliganing that hand, because we thought that we were talking about. I apologize for being muted there. I knew that I was going to be playing against Burn because this is a very, very well-known Magic Online Burn grinder. They've been doing really, really well with the deck for a while now. So I was trying to figure out when and why I should be trying to mulligan that hand. And I was explaining that this hand had, you know, very, very good odds. And because I have the Expedition map, any land would have been live. I didn't need to find exactly a green land. And ended up being that I just, you know, I just found the bounce land straight up. So makes things a lot easier. So this game is done now. My opponent could have double lightning bolt, so I probably want to watch out for that. Never mind, I don't have to. But they could have had double lightning bolt there, so I wasn't going to go for haste. I could have gone for double titan, but then... Yeah, I guess going for double titan would have been fine, because I would have been up to 4 mana, then 6, yeah, and then 8. Yeah, so it would have been fine. I would have gone for double titan before, because we already had the summoners backed. We're playing against... What is this? Just Burn? So I think I definitely want... Yeah, this is one of the matches where we cut Karn. Map and Breeding Pool. And then what Punt does is brings in 2 forces. Cavern, Radiant Fountain. Explosives. This is the configuration. And I like this. People very often want to bring in Wormcoil Engine against Burn, but I think this is a trap. Like, your opponent's going to have like a million ways of playing around you, you know, with Deflecting Palm, with Skullcrack, with the enchantment, the 2-mana enchantment. They have like a million ways of working around the Wormcoil Engine, and they're going to want to have all of those ways anyway against you, so... Wormcoil Engine is definitely a trap. Okay, what do we got here? Bottom moves to 6. And I think I'm gonna ship this hand too. This hand is a lot better. A lot better. And I'm gonna ship the Azusa, because I don't think we're gonna need it. And we are gonna need the lands for sure. Gonna name Beast with the Scavenger Souls. We can go turn 1 Gracer, which is very nice. We're probably gonna sit on this amulet for a minute. I got Explorers now for Force Map. I don't think I agree with that. I think Explorers are just fine. Bold Mug Racer. I think we just say go here. I don't want my opponent to have a target for Smash to Smithereens if I can avoid it. I get punished by Eidolon, but you know, Eidolon probably fucks me anyway. These draws have been absurdly abysmal. Do I just have to Pact for Dryad here? Is that the world that we're living in? I just have to Pact for Dryad to fix my mana because I drew every single just non-green land in my deck. And then we try to go for Valakut. I think it is. We're gonna be dead to double lightning bolt, but I guess that is the world that we live in right now. I don't think I liked it. No attacks from my opponent there, unless they literally have nothing in hand. That's a funny draw. Skullcrack. So we are dead to double burn spell off the top here. But we do have them dead next turn. Yeah, we're dead to bolt regardless. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I thought that it was correct for me to go for this line. Wow. That was a weird game. that was such a wildly just wow, what a weird game that we just won. That's so crazy. Alright, see you for the last round. Alright. Playing for the 5-0. Playing for the 5-0. On the draw versus Lurrus. We probably have to ship this. This is better. I think we're keeping this. Now, what do we want to do with this Saga? Do we want to turn 1 the Saga? The answer is yes. We're going to be able to get value from the second Saga. But it seems very important for us to get our stuff going on. We're probably playing against Sumerjand here. There's Tarmo Goofy. So I think we go for Valakut here. We're gonna be playing Asusa next turn, and that's gonna set up the next Saga. It's good that my opponent has no targets for their spells, so they can't grow the DRC. Second DRC is maybe a little bit more worrisome. Probably still doing okay here. Play Amulet, play land, play Asusa. Play land, play land. Get full value from Asusa. Now she can die, that's fine. We got a heat? Deal. Good job, girl. Good job, girl. It's kind of interesting that they wouldn't get the Inquisition there. Like, it's not a Thoughtseize. Obviously, Thoughtseize would be a lot better, but I mean, just taking a peek seems pretty solid right now. Dashed Monke. Boros Garrison down. That kind of sucks. So we're just gonna pass the turn here. And we lose to Lightning Bolt, but we win otherwise. Sydney are starting much less explosive since Saga is played in it. I don't know, we're talking about art. Like, we're just gonna have access to a double Titan turn, a double Amulet turn right now. Because of the Saga. So now the Saga blocks the Monkey. If they have a Bolt or they have anything like that, we just lose, right? So nothing to do there. The FK command. Put Lurrus in hand. Land, and the last card is Monkey. Okay. We have to watch out because Boros Garrison is out of the deck. Okay, so we have to actually be careful here with how we're going to set up things. So, float a mana. Float a mana. Get Amulet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan gets Tolaria West. I think I can kill the DRCs with a Dryad. There's no gemstone, but there is a vestige. But I cannot lethal them, right? I cannot lethal them because I cannot haste 2 Titans. Wait, can I? Can I 32 them? Because they're at 21 right now. We know their hand is just 1 Lurrus. They don't have any removal spells. So this is just an Amulet puzzle. We just have an Amulet puzzle in front of us. So now the question is, do I try to set up an attack, which I may be able to because of this Arboreal Gracer, now that I think about it. Because we drew Gracer, maybe we can actually have access. Yeah, I think that there's a lethal line here. So make a mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1, 2, 3 floating. We Primeval Titan. We get Valakut. We get Growth Chamber and Transmute. That is Transmute mana. We play Gracer. No, we don't. We cannot make double red. We cannot make double red. Titan gets Slayer plus T-West, go for Dryad. Wait, how? 1 Slayer plus T-West. 1, 2, 3, 4. T-West. I can. Oh, I can bounce the T-West because of Gracer. Yeah, I mean we can fix the mana with Dryad, right? But I think I think that's where it's at, right? I think that's where it's at. . I think that's the line, yeah. Yeah, we definitely needed this Arboreal Gracer in order to make it happen. We have another fetch now, but we can't fetch unless we also find the other thing. No, but then we actually have an extra land drop because of the Dryad. So yeah, this should be good. This should be good. So we're gonna play Growth Chamber, make 4 mana, 5. Then we're going to get T-West, Stronghold. We're gonna float a colorless from Stronghold, float a blue from the other one. We're gonna pay 1 mana to play Gracer. Then we're gonna have 4 mana, and we're gonna have an untapped Breeding Pool, a blue mana, and a colorless mana. Yeah, we should be fine. Why no E from 1 for? Because I have lethal. Why would I want to blow up my own amulet and shit when I can just kill them? Yeah, it's an interesting convoluted line here, but yeah. I accidentally registered Eternal Command instead of Amulet in the prelim. That's insane. That's very, very funny. We know that their last card is Lurrus, Saras. It's known information. Dude, Eternal Command. Eternal Command is a sweet deck. Also, why is Eternal Command amongst your moto deck list, House? For real. For real. Eternal Witness, Aether Vial, and Cryptic Command, yeah. It's a good time. Definitely sounds like a good time. Alright, here we go. We're going to be executing our turn now, which should be lethal. If we did our math correctly, this should be a lethal turn. We know my opponent's hand is a Lurrus, so we're not afraid of removal. We know that they have a Monke. Alright, so we're gonna float some mana here. If my opponent lets me, of course. Okay. Bounce this. Play this. Okay, finally they figure out that they could have 6. So we're gonna get T-West and Slayer Stronghold. Stack. So float colorless mana, float blue, and tap, and tap. Play Gracer. Play this. Float mana. Bounce this. Transmute. For Summoner's Pact. Summoner's Pact. For Dryad. Play Dryad. Red. White. Haste. My opponent says that they were asked to move their car. It happens. Valakut. Vesuva. We still have an extra land drop here. Save targets. Always yes, always yes, always yield. Anyone know which list Punt plays? For some reason I don't find history. This is Punt's list. Exactly the one that it's in front of you. It's Punt's list. Playing against John now. Do you not like forces, Punt? If you are still here? Do you not like force against the Saga deck? I've actually liked force in this matchup. That's why I'm asking. I think that they do have a pretty, not a reliance on artifacts, but they do have an interesting artifact aspect to their deck. I could see just not sideboarding anything though. Doesn't feel like what much of it's about. Yeah, but like Alpine Moon is another good point too. I don't know. Well, they can't have Bloodmoon because they're playing Lurrus. Yeah, you should definitely follow Punt on Twitter if you don't already. What is this? Pretty good hand, actually. Pretty solid hand. Sucks to have to use the fetch, but it's fine. Que metí al final solo la Vogue, Remaisan. Solo la Boshuka. I guess I'm going for Misty. I was considering if my opponent has a discard spell and they discard my Explore, I may be in an awkward spot, but that's just not true because if they do that, we can still play T-West on 2, so it's fine. Shocker Nation with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Hope you're enjoying your stay. All right, here comes Monke. Expedition map gone. That's actually potentially pretty good for them. Because now they're going to be able to find a Saga very effortlessly. Oh, I guess they had a Saga anyways. I mean, I guess it's free for them to play. Gonna go find our breeding pool. Does it really matter if Sagavan hits us? Depends. It's more of like, it's not because of the stuff that they play from our deck. It's more so a matter of the amount of mana that they have to work with, which is a lot. I guess we can still draw an amulet, so... Another question for next turn is going to be whether we play Azusa or Dryad. I think I'm going to go for Dryad because it forces... No, actually I'm going to go for Azusa, so it guarantees that I have Titan mana for the following turn. Yeah, it's probably better to go for Azusa. That would have been a good draw. I mean, that's something free to grow the constructs, so maybe they cast that? It's not as clear cut. Like the expedition map was just pretty clear cut, you know, like you just cast it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Susa here. And in case they have Cleansing Wildfire, I guess I'm going to go Asusa, T-West, and then I'm going to play Radiant Fountain. I'm going to leave the Stronghold up for last. Play that. So now even if they have something like Cleansing Wildfire, we can still Titan next turn. And if they offer the trade, I'm obviously taking it. My opponents are going to need to speed up their pace of play. They're going to really need to speed up that pace of play because they're down to 8 minutes on their clock. And we won game 1. This is only game 2. So they're going to need to win 2 games. So this is what I was saying that is kind of awkward. Now my opponent's constructs are larger than my prime time. If they offer the trade, I'm taking it. Pretty weird to want to do that right there. Alpine Moon. Name Valakut. Snap off that trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm definitely getting Bog. And I think that the other one's going to be Ursa Saga. Oops. So constructs are 5/5s. And Holy Heat doesn't do anything. Opponent fetches and shocks. Okay. Terminate. Doomblade. Old school. I like it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. They got Moon on. Oh shit. That's a problem. Oh shit. Torpor Orb is an issue. Yeah, this is why I was saying that I wonder if it's actually correct for us to bring in forces in this matchup. We don't have explosives in the main deck. Primetime doesn't get anything. No, breaker doesn't do anything. Torpor Orb shuts off the breaker. So I guess we hope that they don't have another artifact, and we go for double chump. I guess trade plus chump. But I kind of want to play the Dryad so that I don't die to Colonist Command. Although if they have Colonist Command, I would already be dead. If they had Colonist Command or Lightning Bolt. So maybe it's not really that important for me to play this. So maybe I can just go Prime Time plus Ursa Saga token. And what we can do next turn is we can actually attack with the Prime Time. We do lose to a multitude of things here. Yeah, I guess that would have been a reason for playing the Dryad, I guess. Yeah. That would have been a reason to play the Dryad. Yeah, I think I want to play at least one force in this deck. I think I want to play at least 1 or 2 forces. They just have too much, right? If they had maybe like 1 or 2 artifact or enchantments, I would be like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. But they have like a lot of stuff. So I probably want to cut Cavern of Souls. Maybe one Explore. Explore is kind of great in this matchup though. Yeah, let's just do this. I'm kind of surprised that my opponent's playing Doomblade. Like, why aren't they just playing Terminate? Maybe cut a Karn? Well, I think Karn on the play is going to be actually pretty good, though. On the draw, I think that's an interesting consideration punt. But just like Karn on the play seems just fantastic, right? And I'm definitely keeping this hand. It's not like an insane hand by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely a fine hand. Probably bye-bye Dryad. Can I check the deck? Yeah, I'm not gonna do it in the middle of the match, Rancid Mind, but please remind me after our match is done. And I will for sure take a look. But yeah, I'm just, I'm not gonna not gonna stop playing the match to look at the deck list. It's too disruptive, particularly for the YouTube watching folks. But yeah, if you can hook me up with... Oh, there's the link. Okay, I just saw the link, so that's fine. We will take a look shortly. So we're gonna get to develop mana here, which is nice, but my opponent has removal. I don't think there's much I can do about it though. Or maybe they don't have removal. If they have another Thoughtseize, Celavi. But we at least get to play around Inquisition here. So they need to have exactly Thoughtseize. Nothing else really matters. Torpor Orb. Sure. It's pretty annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And now we also get to develop mana here, which is nice. I mean, I'm gonna go for it, right? I don't think that we can realistically not go for Primeval Titan here. Yeah, I don't think we can go for Dryad. I think we have to go for Prime Time. They could have Doomblade or some of that nonsense that they had. They have it. All right. Got me. At least they don't get a construct token this way. Hey, it's a good draw. How are they 10 minutes behind? They asked them to move their car, so they wasted a bunch of time that way. Can you please not have another removal spell? Please. Please, 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 please. They have Unholy Heat. All right, they got two looks at an Unholy Heat. If they find it, we keep on playing. If they don't, we're probably gonna win. Okay. Sweet. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. The best stuff. The best stuff. Good old 2-3 into 5-0. Just the amulet special. Didn't we also 5-0 last week with Titan? Like the only 5-0 that I got. I lost playing for the 5-0 once with Elementals and twice with Blue-White Control. But like the 2 times that I managed to get to play for the trophy with Amulet, both times we got there. So clearly Amulet is the best it's ever been. Deck's perfect. Busted. What would I change from the list? The cards that I don't like are mostly Ensnare and Bridge. I also have had, I don't know how much you've tested Endurance Punt, but I've been very, very impressed by the card. So I've been playing 2 in my list, and I think that is a fine number, but I would at least want to have access to 1. And I think that that is a card that I would want to add. And also, I don't know how much you tested Golos, but I was very, very impressed by Golos whenever I was playing Karn builds. I was very, very impressed by Golos in the Place of Wormcoil engine. I was very, very impressed by it. So I don't know if that's another thing to consider. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a prediction going on. All right. Wow. Not only did we get there, but also there were more naysayers than people who said yes. So now the naysayers got extra punished and the believers got extra rewarded. Feels good, man. Feels good for all of you naysayers out there. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about Karn though. I'm still not sure how I feel about Karn. It's weird. Like, it's weird. It's doing some powerful stuff, of course, but I'm just not sure that it truly lines up particularly well in the format. Also, we seem to be pretty ill-equipped to play against some of the tier decks, like particularly Rhinos and Living End. Like, the Cascade spells seem like very, very bad matchups for us. And fixing those matchups, I'm not saying that it would be particularly easy, but I'm saying that we don't need to stretch ourselves as much to help those matchups out. Definitely, we can add a second copy of explosives, and I think that would be very good against Rhinos. Considering something like Chalice of the Void for the sideboard, so we can find off Karn. So that's another consider. Yeah, Karn is insane against Hammer. Like, no questions there. That's actually one of the reasons why I played Karn in one. What was the other event where I played Karn? No, that was because of Helios. Never mind. I was talking about something else then. But yeah, no, I do agree that Karn is very, very good against Hammer. But we can fix, or at least improve, with cards like Endurance or stuff like that. We can improve the DRC matchups, and we can also improve the leaving it. Thank you. Thank you, Brain. Good job. So those are the cards that I would be considering. And again, I don't know how much you tested Golos, but I was very, very impressed when I was running Karn lists with the one of Golos in the sideboard. It always just overperformed because it kind of like bridges the gap towards prime time, and very often if you have a Dryad hand, it kind of sets that up. If you have if you're playing against control, you can set up a Cavern of Souls hand. I was actually very, very impressed by Golos in my Karn shells. Dismember is for mostly for stuff like elementals, and then some like other random combo decks like Yawgmoth and stuff. I do think that we don't really want to be playing Dismember against the Monke decks. I do think that that Dismember is not where we want to be against Monke deck. So I do definitely agree that we don't want to be bringing those in, and keeping the sideboarding a little bit minimalistic is probably what you want to be doing. I also do you have a specific reason for wanting 2-2 punt? Because personally, I think that playing 3-3 makes more sense because of the Valakuts, it evens out your white sources and your red sources. You don't bring in Dismembered against Elemental? Interesting. I would imagine that. I mean, if it were me, I would definitely want it. I don't think that you can really beat the Elementals deck if they have Risen Reef for at least 1 or 2 turns. ¿Crees que era mejor jugar Karn aún limitándote el side, la imposibilidad de meter más respuestas ante otras barajas? Please contesta en castellano. Mira, Rimaisan, el Karn es justamente lo que estoy tratando de ver. Me parece que se puede hacer lo que quieras. El Karn me parece muy bueno contra Hammer, pero me parece que estás perdiendo porcentajes contra otros mazos. Entonces medio que tenés que fijarte con qué es lo que querés ganarle. Si querés ganarle al Murktide, si querés ganarle a ese tipo de cosas, quizás te convenga jugar sin Karn. Si querés ganarle más al Hammer Time y qué sé yo, entonces quizás te conviene el Karn. Depende del metagame que vos creas. But yeah, list is strong. I'm not saying that this list is like it's just bad or anything. I do believe that the deck is not necessarily well positioned. I don't think that that's really anything that has changed. But this is a solid shell. Like, I don't hate Karn. I do like the minimalistic approach to Karn, but I think I would like 1 extra copy of Engineered Explosives and maybe 1 Endurance or 2. Those are the only cards that I'm considering. And honestly, I think I would just cut the Dismembers. Maybe we could cut Cavern of Souls number 3. It's nice that, with the cyborg mapping, adding an extra explosives also, it's... Maybe just Disney Iron Bridge. I just don't like Ensnaring Bridge in this deck. It just never works. It honestly has never worked out for me either. Ensnaring Bridge has done anything. Also, it just seems like a bad sideboard card. Like it seems like an okay maybe main deck card, but cards like Ensnaring Bridge have. I understand the principle of there are few cards that turn like losses into wins, and Ensnaring Bridge is one of those. Like you can actually turn a loss into a win thanks to Ensnaring Bridge, like straight up. But I don't think that like right now with cards like Prismatic Ending, with all of that nonsense, it just seems like Ensnaring Bridge is like the worst it's ever been. And post Cyber it gets even worse once you are in a situation where your opponent will be bringing in their wear tears, they will be bringing in all of their like artifact removal because they kind of have to, and now you're in a situation where like you're just playing into your opponent's game plan. So I just don't know. The Wolf over the Breaker. Yeah, I mean it's definitely a consideration, right? Like, and we played against Torpor in that last round, and it wasn't really that big of a deal, to be honest. Like it really wasn't that big of a deal to deal with the Torpor. But like it's kind of annoying, and like you can actually just fix that straight up, right? So I would at least try it out. I would at least give it a shot. I would at least give it a shot and try it out. And worst case scenario, like it's just bad, and you just go back to playing Foundation Breaker. Go back to playing the Tried and True. But this card looks legit. This card looks legit. And if you ever get to flip this thing, holy shit! If you ever get to flip this thing, you're really doing it. The only problem is that once this comes into play, you have to start tracking day and night for the rest of the match. So, in paper, that's going to be a pain in the ass, but it's probably fine. We can probably survive. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and if you did, thank you. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.